What is up, guys? So I got a Julian Beaumer injury update. He's not happy with me, but he gets it. He understands. And the Marchbanks thing. Wait till you hear how this actually happened. I had it all wrong yesterday. I thought it was just a racing crash. This is stupid, and I can't believe the promoters try to call themselves professional promoters and make millions of dollars and do dumb stuff like this. Jett looks unbeatable, but it was a wacky day. Was Chase saving it for the second moto? We'll never know. And a special congratulations to Trevor Collop. A lot of you guys probably don't hardly even remember him. He was the guy that crashed at Hangtown and he was in the hospital, he had strokes and all sorts of crazy stuff. Wasn't even sure if he was gonna make it. Of course, they don't really talk about him because they try to hide this stuff, but Trevor Collop's doing a lot better, and congratulations, he just got engaged. Also, Trevor, check your DMs. I wanna have you on and just give everyone an update on your progress. Nano Extreme. Click the link, buy it right here. This is the best pain solution you'll ever use. Use code COOKSY and get free shipping. If you're looking for a recovery drink, use Energy Fuel like almost all the kids at Loretta Lynn's. They had 2 championships, and it was the most used energy drink at Loretta Lynn's in that heat, and it did a damn good job. Head over to Complete Racing Solutions and get some Energy Fuel. Ride Strapped, goggles, glasses, shirts, just a really cool company. By the way, it's Chris that sent me the Slowy shirt. He also supports Slowy and a good cause. Thank you, Chris from Strapped. His website is ridestrapped.com. So I quit talking about subs on the channel because I figure if you guys want to sub, you will. But I have to let everyone know, check if you are subbed. Make sure you haven't been unsubscribed. I've heard it from a couple people. I went to one of my other accounts. I was unsubscribed from my own channel, so I know this is real. Anyway, just give that a quick double check. Shoot, I bet we'd have a lot more subscribers on this channel if we weren't being sabotaged. But hey, on to the information.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So I heard from Julian Beaumer. He put out that little Instagram video updating everyone on his condition.
What's up, guys? I wanted to hop on here and give you guys an update on my health. First things first, I've seen a lot of comments on that I shouldn't have been racing this weekend regarding my crash in Budds Creek, and that they failed me and whatnot. I was ready to go this weekend. This is non-concussion related. My head is perfectly fine, and yeah, you guys can throw that bullshit out the window. Regarding me right now, I had surgery on my lower lumbar. My L3 was a burst fracture, and I have fractures to my L2 and 4. They put some screws and rods in, so yeah, just want to give you guys an update on the road recovery, and I'll see you guys soon.
By the way, thank you for that, Julian. We're always worried. The updates are definitely appreciated. And man, get well soon. It is a burst fracture of his L3 vertebrae, and then he broke the 2 and 4. Ooh, this is nasty. But I'll tell you what, as bad as it was, I'm glad he's not paralyzed. The burst fracture is the one where it's most likely to hit the spine. That's what happened to Jerry. That's what happened to a lot of guys that get paralyzed. So good thing he's going to make a full recovery, and I love his determination. He was not pleased with me talking about how he wasn't supposed to be racing. And I want that from my riders. I want them to be fired up and ready to go out there and have his teams back. But I stand by my decision. Julian Beaumer should not have been on that track, and he said that the crash was caused because he tried to go for it when it was muddy, and he should have waited and let it dry out a couple laps. Well, that's a decision, and when you have decisions that are wrong, we can look back to him laying unconscious on the track 2 weeks ago. He disagrees with me, but I don't know. You guys make your own decision. I'm just glad he's going to be able to make a full recovery. I hope he sits out throughout the entire Supercross season. This is a serious injury, and with those concussions, just sit out, rest, get better. He's young. He's got a lot of years ahead of him unless he rushes back and has another injury. He does that, could be the end of Julian Beaumer. I don't want to see him riding or racing again until at least outdoors next year, but I probably won't get my wish. The kid's a hard-headed kid. He's tough, and as soon as he feels good, he's getting back out there. Garrett Marchbanks crash. I had it all wrong. I thought it was just a traditional catch your foot pegs type of crash. No. So apparently when they covered that little wall with dirt, they didn't lay plywood over the dirt on top of the wall. So as soon as the dirt dug down, there was like a 5 or 6 inch square edge wall that was kicking these guys. That hit Garrett, threw him over the bars. Are you kidding me? This is supposed to be a championship at the highest level, the playoffs for Supercross and Motocross. This is supposed to be bigger than anything. And you guys chintz out on covering these with plywood. All you have to do is put dirt, then you throw a little plywood right at the level of the concrete, because the worst thing we can have is concrete coming up. It protects the track, it protects the riders. No, you don't want to get down to the plywood, but that's reasonable. That happens. Having like a square edge wall come up, that's not okay. That's dangerous, and that cost Garrett Marchbanks big time. He said he's okay. He's a little banged up, his knee's swollen, but he'll make a full recovery, and I would expect him probably to race next weekend. Let's hope this clown show of a promotion takes care of these safety issues that are causing unnecessary damage to our riders, because this is embarrassing. I can't believe you're going to go over the wall and you're not going to put plywood, and you know it's soft. Everyone could see the ruts, and you're trying to tell me you couldn't fix that? You couldn't anticipate that? But I'm glad that it's not something career-ending or life-changing for Garrett Marchbanks, because every single time these guys crash, it's like rolling the dice. We can't have stupid crashes. We have enough crashes on their own. It's a dangerous sport. It's a dangerous sport when it's done properly. But to have stuff like that happen is unacceptable. Race promoters, pull your head out of your ass and get it right. It's not that hard. We all watch it. There's millions of dollars that are being made by you guys. The least you could do, the least. You're not giving the riders that much profit. You're giving them 5%, which is lower than the WNBA, and that's embarrassing. So at least give them safe riding conditions. Get rid of the stupid tough blocks. Cover a wall with plywood. Come on. Now to the 450s. Man, Jett Lawrence is something special. The way he can ride and the way he uses speed when he needs to, and then just manages that 2-second lead, is something we've never seen in this sport. We've never seen this. Even Ricky Carmichael and James Stewart are blown away that he's able to do this. They're finally accepting that that's actually what's happening. But it took them like 2 years. And these guys aren't dumb. At least James isn't dumb. This is mind-blowing, the way Jett rides and how light he is on the bike and how he flows through those turns. You see a guy like RJ Hampshire slamming into the sticky stuff and just parking it, where Jett just floated over it. He almost looked like he had a different tire or was on a different track, but he wasn't. His brother has the same equipment. That is the rider. It's crazy. He's probably the best rider I've ever seen. And I know Ricky's the GOAT, and he has a serious resume. Jett's a long way from GOAT status, but he's almost halfway there. He's 22 years old. He's got a lot of championships. He's about halfway. Ricky had 10 outdoor national championships. He was a pro for 10 years. He won every single year. That's a stat that, man, I don't know that anyone will back that up, and Jett can't. He's already lost a couple championships, so he won't have that. I mean, Ricky was undefeated in championships outdoors. That's insane. He won 5 Premier Supercross championships. He got 1 regional championship. We didn't have SMX, so that's something where Jett has something on the resume that Ricky doesn't. So I think for a fair comparison, Jett's going to have to get a few more championships. If you want to count the SMX, he's going to have to end up with around 18 to 20 championships. Ricky had 15, and that's not counting the regional championships. Right now, Jett has 7. Like I said, he's going to have to get to about 18 before I'll call him the straight-up GOAT. But the way he rides and the way he just attacks, and the other thing people don't talk about is his fitness. This dude is in such good shape. Everyone fades. Roczen faded. Jett never fades. It's not even something we think about. And in this SMX series, I don't see anyone beating him. He's too good. The only guy I could see possibly beating him was Chase Sexton. Sexton, I think, is the only guy that goes to the line truly believing in his heart that he should beat Jett. The other guys are happy to just keep it close or battle him really hard, and maybe if something happens, they get a win. But Chase Sexton believes he should win, and I think he got that second place in the first moto. He understands the Olympic scoring. I think we were going to see Chase come out in that second moto and go for it and really try to get that overall win. Unfortunately, the clown show of a promotion ripped him off of that. I don't know how. Think about this. Think about you're watching the playoffs in NFL or the playoffs in Major League Baseball, and halfway through, it starts raining. And they just called it and said, whatever team's leading wins this game. Are you serious? The fans would be in an uproar. That's exactly what happened here. I don't know how they don't have a makeup. I don't know why they're not racing today. I don't know why they're not adding a moto somewhere else. It hurts the entire integrity of the sport. It's stupid. I can't get over how dumb this is. Now, I'm all for not racing in the dark when the lights aren't set up for it. That's dangerous. I don't want to do dangerous stuff, especially on a track with those ruts that are so deep, they're uncovering concrete walls. That's not okay. Maybe part of that decision being made to cancel it was because they knew they built the track wrong. They didn't put plywood up over the walls, and they knew it was going to be a disaster. But once again, this comes down to unprepared promoters. They let us all down. And if I had my ticket, I want half back. I only got half the show. I want half my money back. You're going to delay it because of lightning? Lightning? In the history of Charlotte Motor Speedway, it's never been hit by lightning. So what are the odds? Not very good. Now, I'm not saying there's a certain amount of danger in life that's acceptable. To me, that's acceptable. If it's hitting right near the track and you can see it, hear it, sometimes feel it, yeah, call it off. But if it's miles out, come on, that's just a joke. But I'll tell you who isn't a joke. Precision Transport. Best shipping company ever. Family owned. If you work at a company and you handle logistics and you want to look like a rock star, turn them on to Precision Transport. That's pretransport.com. Alias MX gear. This stuff is so high quality. I've been using the gloves to ride my new Power Sports electric bike, and they're so comfortable. I don't know how they did it. I don't know if they did something different or how they do the fingers, but I'm very picky about my gloves, and Alias gloves are so comfortable. Head over to Alias MX. So Eli Tomac, man, he looked really good. He looked much better than he did the last few rounds at Outdoor. He looked enthusiastic. He looked happy to be there, and he was riding his ass off. And he looked like he might hold on for that second place in the first moto until he blew that berm. But I think a lot of that mistake was the pressure coming from Chase. I want to say Eli, as great as he is, the field has risen to where beast mode is normal. What he used to do to separate from the field, he just doesn't have it anymore. He's now in the phase of his career where he might get a win here and there, but he's battling for podiums and top fives. And that's, some people might say, oh, it's time to call it. No, I say Eli Tomac, he's a fan favorite. He's making good money. Stay out there as long as you want to be out there. I don't care if you're not winning regularly. That's not the bar we set. The bar is you get one athletic career. It's a very short period of time. And if you want to hang around as long as you're making money and you want to do this, go for it. I don't mind seeing Chad Reed ride all the way until he was barely making main events. I'm okay with these guys doing it. As long as they have that desire and understand the risks they're taking and they want to be out there, go for it. And man, how bummed out is Hunter Lawrence? He had a really bad start in that first moto, didn't really work his way through. He didn't ride like the Hunter Lawrence we saw at Budds Creek. He couldn't find his rhythm. But I'm sure he's like, okay, well, I got fourth, and we can really jumble it up with Chase, Eli, and if somebody can get in front of his brother, he could have got a better finish. Now, he really got ripped off by not having that second moto. And I look for Hunter to come out spitting fire. I don't know how he's going to do at St. Louis, but I know he's tough in Vegas. He has got a huge point deficit, and barring a mistake by his brother, even with double and triple points, I don't see him getting this championship. He would have to pretty much win out. Does anyone think that's possible? I don't. But ever since Hunter Lawrence took on the establishment and started talking about riders union, rider safety, and some of the things that should be done, you know what? I'm a Hunter Lawrence fan. Like I said, I promised you guys if he took on that fight that I would stop speaking negatively of him. I'm done. I don't care what he does. As long as he takes up that battle and fights for the riders, Hunter, you're good with me. And man, RJ Hampshire sure could have used that second moto with his grit, determination, and the way a lot of guys were fading towards the end. He would have had a lot better second moto. And RJ's not happy with the finish that he got. Even though it's a good finish, it's very commendable for a guy who just moved into the class. He expects more out of himself. He expects to be on the podium. If he's not on the podium, I would imagine RJ's disappointed. And I really think he had a good shot at it had they run that second moto, but instead the clown show canceled it. Another guy who was shorted what would have happened and what could have been for this I don't know. I feel like this series now, even whoever wins it, it has an asterisk by it because it wasn't completed. It really wasn't completed. And the guy who was hurt the worst by this was Justin Cooper. He went down early in that first moto, just put on a tremendous charge to come from so far back to get 10th place. So you take Justin Cooper, 10th place, you give him a second or third in Moto 2, he's got himself a good finish, and he's right in this championship battle. He was the leader coming in, but he got done dirty. It takes away from the sport to have it be run by circus promoters that don't care about anything but activation and sponsor money and putting tough blocks and dangerous spots. It's disgusting, and it has to change. And I would hope that people can see the things that are going on and how little they give about these riders. They try to get fans not to know about injuries. Did you hear a Julien Beaumer update throughout the day? I didn't. They knew it was pretty bad. They could have told us something. They didn't. They chose not to. That shows an intent that they don't want to put these out there. It's part of the sport. You don't think we all know it? You don't think we're all not going to find out the next day? Just release the information. That's it. A guy who probably benefited from not running that second moto was Ken Roczen. Man, this dude's early race speed is that of legends. In like a couple generations, when they're describing how fast Ken Roczen was in the first 3 to 5 laps, people are not going to understand how it went. Like, how could he finish that far back but be as fast as Jett, Chase, and faster than those guys at certain points in the race, but then finish way back? It's crazy. His early lap speed is just amazing, but he clearly got tired. On lap 9, he dropped 3 to 4 seconds a lap. So those last 4 laps, he lost a truckload of time. So I'm imagining he wasn't ready. He wasn't just itching to go out for that second moto. He didn't have a lot left in the tank. So for Ken Roczen, that second moto not happening, he was probably like, yeah, cool, I'm good. Let's go on to St. Louis. I just need to recover, get better, and it'll be a lot cooler inside at St. Louis. Vegas will be a little bit different. Ken Roczen will be right there battling, and I expect him to have a podium before the next 2 rounds are over. Anyway, thank you guys. I appreciate everything. 3 members this month are going to win $100 gift cards to Veltrogen Peptides. This is a peptide company that I use. They're reasonably priced. Use code COOKSY, get an extra discount. They got BPC 157, Thermostine Alpha, TB 500, all the good stuff. If you're injured, they say use BPC 157 and TB 500. They call it Wolverine because you heal so fast. And then in December, I'm giving away the NIU Power Sports XQi3 electric motorcycle, my new favorite toy. I ride this thing all the time. About ready to replace the tires on it. I've worn them out. And you won't be winning the bike that I'm burning through. You get a brand new XQi3, not the one that I'm hammering. Thank you guys. Here's your member of the day.
I am just a witness, 'cause I know who killed motocross. 'Cause I know who killed motocross. This is the arraignment for NASCAR failed entertainment. I am just a witness, but I gotta make a statement. I speak for the people, 'cause we can't remain complacent. The illegals hell American motorcycle racing. The devil is a wingman, his name is Rob Dingman. He wanna kill the future of the moto kids in dreamland. How selfish do you gotta be? Treat us like cheap property. Package us up and sell the whole sport to a monopoly. This is very legal, they don't care about the people. It's like NASCAR and Jordan, man, this practice is deceitful. Private entities manipulating what we love. The DMG extorting the AMA, a bunch of thugs. This happened to Planet Fitness, the dark side of business. Rest in peace to motocross, 'cause I will never forget it. And I will never forget it. Right on. I'm reading your obituary. It says you died in 2008. I guess selling souls is a business. 'Cause you gave it all away. But your cause of death was suspicious. Lord knows your soul was lost. I am just a witness, 'cause I know who